the gates too. After you register it, it will act as that as well. I'm surprised it took you so long to catch up with an old man like me. Actually, out of curiosity, did you fly here? Oh, so you think an old man like me needs to fly to stay ahead of you? I still have a few tricks left in me. Now then, I want you to join me up here so you can see this as a vantage point to search for shrines. You know about the scope on Sheikah Slate? Look through it and you can stick a pin anywhere you'd like to mark on the map. Now, as you can tell, you have to press the D-pad with like the A, B, X, and Y to use the scope. Depends on your map. Serve as a reference points for your travels. Just stick a pen anywhere you're interested in. So, go ahead and take a look if you feel inclined to do so. I will. Now, by pressing the D-pad on your right controller with the A, B, X, and Y, or whatever this thing is called, on your my brain just does not want to work. You can actually use the scope, which is very helpful. Because as you can tell, you can actually press A, and it'll mark it as something you want to go to. Oh, I didn't think I was going to do that. Let's see. Well, then that one. Because like I say, it is very helpful to have this on you, because, well, no. I actually do have to have this. You have the Sheikah Slate, obviously, so. Which I'm actually gonna. Oh god, I thought I was gonna fall again. Well, I thought I was gonna have Link fall to his death. So. I always recommend using those the pins. And also something you can also do is these stamps. These stamps I also recommend using as well. Because let's say that you don't want to, that you find a call off and you don't want to look into it right now or want to get back to it later. You can use it as a pinpoint there. As a reference that's something that you want to get to later. Because believe me, I will use like the majority of those stamps. Like the majority of them. Because believe me, I'm not gonna be able to remember every single thing at once. So in those pins, just like the stamps, you can always use them to like, I guess for like, if you want to get to a Sheikah's power quicker or need it for like a reference, use this. Okay, let's see. I'm actually gonna it just doesn't want to work sometimes. I don't know why. So I'm gonna obviously mark this as something that I want to go to later. Okay, I still have the shield. Okay. Just wanted to make sure on this. Let's see. And here, there's a brand new enemy. Guardians. These are a new actually here too. Now, just something I'll get into is you can actually parry attacks by having your shoot out, and when you have your button with your shield, you can press A to parry attacks, which especially against the Guardian lasers. Fire my lasers! Which I always recommend doing, and right here, we get the Nintendo Switch expansion pass bonus, which I'm not gonna actually put it on at this moment. Welcome to the job, try if I'm pronouncing it. Beige. I don't know how it's fallen pronounced. Now, as you can tell by the time of this video, it's just a tad over 40 minutes. Believe me, the beginning of the game can be quite long. Especially mainly and especially in this fight too. Because believe me, it will take a while to at least get through here. With that, we get to new features on a super plate, the remote toms, which you can actually change your rooms by what it shows. So by pressing the 4 buttons under your D-pad. I'm so sure I don't know half the names that it's called, so just do that. Oh, that's right. Press Alt to throw and Alt to detonate. So I always recommend. You can actually also throw your items by pressing L here, but I kind of don't recommend doing that right now. Because believe me, the items here can actually be quite important. Do that. And do that. And do that. Oh god. Jeez, I thought I was gonna blow myself in the face. Come on, Link. You and your stamina. Your stamina freaking sucks. Don't worry though, we will be able to enhance it soon, along with the hooks. Now if you can tell from what those are showing, you have to put your ground bomb through that, and you'll do that, and you can use it to fire on the hole. Fire on the hole, matey! I don't know why I did that, but whatever. Your resourcefulness in overcoming the troll speaks and promise of the hero. Yes, just like the first monk, you're bestowing upon a spirit orb here, and along with the goddess smiling upon me. And with that, we get our second sign out of the way, and I don't know which one to press. Let's I'll get an engine spraying. And I guess we're on attitude now that I'm thinking about it. Those decayed guardians that you saw earlier, well, that I defeated. Believe me when I say this, but there are so many more guardians, or different kinds of guardians, that will be encountered up later in the game as soon as we get off this plateau. And believe me, they're like very annoying. Well, at least the majority of them are. Let's see. Oh, come on. Come on, Link. You can do this. Now, I guess something interesting here that happened here is actually the old man's house. And right here, the new item, a spam maelstrom. These are like gods. And right here, believe it or not though, it's actually a Korok. Because believe me, when I say this, these are very helpful with your stamina. Because I'll just say that if you cook it, let's see. Right here is a new thing, Sunset Firefly, which if you I'll explain it here in a sec. What do you have to say, old man? Oh, fancy that. So we meet again. What are you doing? The body of mine isn't what it used to be. Recovering from a bout of hard work takes a while. If you're hungry, have an empty pot you can use to cook yourself a meal. Goodbye. If you're tired, you may use my bed if you need to rest a bit. Unlike a fireside nap, sleep on a proper bed should really rejuvenate you. Which is true. And right here we get a torch, which if you're gonna tell whether or not items actually get burned, and these torches and I guess other weapons that like any wooden weapons are helpful. Now I say these are helpful because you see the pot that the old man has. You cook these because you get the energizing mushroom skewer, which by eating it you can actually refill some of your stamina wheel. That and a few other items that are useful for restoring your stamina wheel are awesome, so I always recommend doing that. Now these, I guess I'll use the Summerling butterfly because I want to save the sunset fireflies for later. Now, the critters that you actually get here, like this sunset firefly and Summerling butterfly, if you cook it with there's one monster part here, for example, you can actually make some type of elixir, which, if you're gonna tell, which the critters bit here will actually give you different types of effects depending on what it is. So I always recommend grabbing different ones in case if that way you can at least have different things to use for later. Anyway, come back to the Shrine of Resurrection here, just to make it easy on myself to, I guess to make it easier for me. Yeah, let's start all over again, guys. No, I'm not gonna do that. Now, the reason why I came back just to the Shrine of Resurrection is because to make it. And I really don't get how they have that old man, like, they have one place 1 minute and then another place a different time. Well, have them be at one place 1 minute and then another place a second later. Nintendo, this is Nintendo logic. Brought to you by Nintendo. Now whatever. Whoa. Oh, that's right. Glad I came back over here because these, believe it or not, these are full up, so which I always recommend doing because, well, at least breaking, because you never know what you'll find. And I get an pal. Oh, I see you, pal. Oh. New enemies, go. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah. Go away. But you can actually instantly kill this guys by just shooting them in the face with your bow and arrows. Now, right here is, in this area here, it's gonna get freezingly cold. As you can see here. Now, if you are not, you did the spicy pepper, if you're not properly prepared for like certain weathers, like cold or very hot weather or whatever, you will actually take damage. So, just make sure you're prepared. This is a dark. Torch time! Oh. And I guess aside from sneaking up on them from behind, you can actually sneak up on them while they're sleeping too. So I always recommend doing that. Just make your job easier, but I kind of failed. As you guys can tell. Now these spice peppers that you can tell. Also able to give you cold resistance, just like the summer rain. So whenever you find something like these, I always recommend cooking them. So and since we're gonna be going to like a cold place, it will actually help us. Now, the amount that you normally have, it normally tends to have, actually differs, so depending on what you use. So just be aware of what you're using. And right here we have brand new enemies, keys. Two for the price of one. Yay, 2 for the price of 1. And right here, we get a bundle of wood, which will actually be quite useful. Well, yeah, it's going to be quite useful depending on what it's for. So I'm not going to need that woodcutter's axe. Which you can actually use that to chop down these trees. So if you like you needed wood for something, I always recommend using it. Or at least chopping down the trees here. So that way you can at least have something to use in case you need them. Right here we get I don't have any more room. Now here we get acorns. Oh, new enemy. Sure. Well, kind of a new enemy, but We do. Well, I guess it kind of was. We get the white choo-choo, which was the same as the blue one earlier, but instead it's now all I see. So as you can tell, if you shoot them with like a regular arrow like I did, they will like literally explode. Well, because if you use a regular arrow or whoa, I didn't think that was gonna happen. Or if you hit them with a regular weapon, they will like explode. If you're in the explosion range, you will actually get frozen or burned or shot depending on what. I would say depending on what element it is. Now, once you do that, like this. Excuse me. I like. Oh crap! Link. Oh god. Now be careful when you're going into this water, because you can tell that water is freezing cold to the point where nothing works. Like whether it doesn't matter if it's whether you have like the proper clothing on, or if it's or if you have some type of cold weather resistance on that you've eaten. It doesn't matter which one you have, you'll always take damage from that freezing water. I was so freaking worried because I thought I wasn't gonna have time to like open up the menu and be able to eat something, so that like literally full worried me. So, but I'm glad I reacted in time, because I don't think I would have been able to. Well, I'll just say otherwise I would have died. Oh, drat, I was hoping I would have had enough stamina, but guess not. So if you can tell if you wanna run out of stamina while you're climbing, I guess you will take fall damage from that too, depending on how high you are. So just be aware of where you are and how much stamina you're gonna be using. Otherwise, you will fall and take damage. Well, depending on how far you fall. Like I showed 20 minutes ago. Right here. You're gonna be getting a new thing. Well, a new room. I don't know why I said thing. And with that, we get our next run. Quietness. Which is actually quite useful, so if you're gonna tell, it can only be used on, I'm not kidding, it can literally only be used on water, if you couldn't tell, so it can be quite useful as well. Oh god, for a second I thought that was, I thought that noise was something else. Come on. Lost my train of thought now. Oh, geez, we're going on an hour in this video, so if you're gonna, actually, now that I think about it, I guess that's a heads up while I'm checking the cartridges. So for proudness, I don't have enough room. Well, I guess while I'm finding something to do, choose from. So for proudness, you can only go up to 3 pillars at a time. So after you reach 3, you can only, I guess after the third one, the one before will actually shatter, so just be aware of that. Yeah, my resourcefulness of becoming a hero. May the goddess smile upon me. Oh, drat, that's right. God, I don't have any cold resistance on. Well, cold resistance stuff on. I really do hate how damage is to find one for senior people. So yeah, you will take damage from being in the cold weather, so just make sure you're prepared. Now, I didn't realize I was gonna. Well, I guess my first attempt of this was over an hour too, so. But I promise my videos will not be this long. Oh, a new type of arrow. Bomb arrows. So, just like with weapons, shields, and bows, you can switch from arrow to arrow, so like from a regular arrow to a bomb arrow, so I'm just gonna stay with the regular one for now, because I don't trust my luck of using the bomb one for the time being. Because if you unintentionally release it too close to you, you will take damage. So just like with the remote bombs, so just be aware of when you're using them. Let's see. Come on, Link. Come on, Linkster. Come on, Link. I guess while I'm here, I guess I'll also show another thing. Maybe. I might as well. Shield stuffing! All you have to do is, when you have your shield, press X and jump by pressing X, and when you're in midair, press A. And that's how you shield stuff. Which it actually can be quite useful for if you need to actually slide down for something quicker, like with the snow, for example. There's another book hopping, but a new one called the blue one. Come on. You can actually kind of do tricks with being on a shield, like pressing Y or X. So, I don't know. Where am I going? I feel like I don't know what I'm doing anymore. Oh, come on. I'm better than this. And come on, Link. I need you to hurry up. Thank you. Oh wow. I already have enough. I'm already at the place the last place, the Owa Diane Shrine. Hi, puppy. I'm sorry, my dog's kind of like Bonnie, so he's just being a puppy. Right, honey? You're a good puppy. Sorry. Sorry, I've been on dogs my whole life, so. it comes to sharpening on dogs for too long, because, oh my god, whenever I see a dog, I'm like, I want to pet you. Well, especially service dogs too, because whenever I see a service dog, I'm like, I want to pet you so badly, but you're working, so I can't. Believe me, it is very tempting to do that though. And with that we get our, I guess our last one on the Great Plateau. Well, a second to last. We do have one more, but it won't be until later. So stasis. Well, actually, as you can tell, free stuff. Well, stop things in time. If you couldn't tell, so. Oh, drat. Missed it. So if you need to, which I always recommend using it if you, now link. So if you need to stop something like that, for example, I always recommend doing so, because that way you can get through something. And here's this hammer here, which I really do hate how limited you are in terms of using your weapons. Now stasis here, aside from stopping time, obviously, you can actually have the item here, like the thing, for example, like this ball, have it store energy, and after you release it, it'll actually go flying. So I guess that's helpful as well if you need to use it. And with that, we get our last and final spirit orb. With this, you have now acquired all of the spirit orbs from the shrines on this plateau. Oh, extraordinary. Which means it's finally time. Wait, it's finally time for me to tell you everything, but first. Imagine an X on your map, with the 4 shrines at the end point. Find the spot where those lines intersect. I shall wait for you there. Do you understand? Where the 2 lines connecting the shrine would cross, there I will be waiting. Interesting. I'm actually curious what this says. Oh, shrine. Aim for the... Now, what she actually means, the Temple of Time. Which I will meet you guys there. Okay, so I guess after doing that, finally at the Temple of Time, which I recommend using the Shrine of Resurrection or the Jabai Shrine, or however it's pronounced, or whatever, to get to the Temple of Time. Now, you can actually, when you throw items like this, they'll immediately break, which will always result in a critical hit. Ah, drat! I should have shown what the goblins do when you take away the items. Oh well. I'll show that later. Oh, like with any anime, really. Right here is a goddess statue. You who have conquered the shrines and claimed the spirit orbs. I can offer you great power. It appears you have claimed 4 spirit orbs. In exchange for 4 orbs, I will amplify your being, so tell me, what is it that you desire? Now, with this you can either use it to gain a heart container or a stamina vessel. Now, you guys know how in the Zelda games prior to Breath of the Wild, how you would collect heart pieces to how you would collect 4 heart pieces to get a heart. Well, in Breath of the Wild, along with Tears of the its sequel, Tears of the Kingdom, the spirit orbs and the light orbs, while having 4 of them, were actually it's actually instead of the 4 heart pieces, it's 4 spirit orbs or 4 light orbs instead. Is the best I can do it. So I would, but I'm actually gonna amplify my stamina here. So, and I will always say this to at least go visit shrines, at least most if not all, because that way you can at least use, well, you know what I mean, to increase your stamina and hearts. The blessing of the goddess has made you that much resilient, I see. Here I am. Get up here, quickly. Which, the number of shrines I'll get into here in the next episode or two. Now, believe it or not though, these stairs here actually don't require the use of your stamina wheel, so. But you can still use it, but I kind of don't recommend doing that. I don't know why I like to do this sometimes, but I actually like to de-equip my weapons.
Well done there, young one. Now then, the time has come to show you who I truly am. I was King Rome Bosphoramus Hyrule. I was the last leader of Hyrule, a kingdom which no longer exists. The Great Calamity was merciless. It devastated everything in its path, lo, a century ago. It was then that my life was taken away from me. And since that time, here I have remained in spirit form. I did not think it wise to overwhelm you while your memory was still fragile. So rather than that, I thought it best to assume a temporary form. Forgive me. I think you are now ready. Ready to hear what happened 100 years ago. To know Calamity Ganon's true form, one must know the story from an age-long past. The Demon King was born into this kingdom, but his transformation into malice created the horror you see now. Stories of Ganon were passed from generation to generation in the form of legends and fairy tales. But there was also a prophecy. The signs of a resurrection of Calamity Ganon are clear, and the power to oppose it lies dormant beneath the ground. We decided to heed the prophecy and began excavating large areas of land. It wasn't long before we discovered several ancient relics made by the hands of our distant ancestors. These relics, the divine beasts, were giant machines piloted by warriors. We also found the Guardians, an army of mechanical soldiers who fought autonomously. This coincided with ancient legends, oft repeated throughout our land. We also learned of a princess with a sacred power, and her appointed knight, chosen by the sword that seals the darkness. It was they who sealed Ganon away, using the power of these ancient relics. 100 years ago, there was a princess set to inherit a sacred power, and a skilled knight at her side. It was clear that we must follow our ancestors' path. We selected 4 skilled individuals from across Hyrule and tasked them with the duty of piloting the divine beasts. With the princess as their commander, we dubbed these pilots champion. Well done there, young one. Now then, the time has come to show you who I truly am. I was King Rome Bosphoramus Hyrule. I was the last leader of Hyrule, a kingdom which no longer exists. The Great Calamity was merciless. It devastated everything in its path, lo, a century ago. It was then that my life was taken away from me. And since that time, here I have remained in spirit form. I did not think it wise to overwhelm you while your memory was still fragile. So rather than that, I thought it best to assume a temporary form. Forgive me. I think you are now ready. Ready to hear what happened 100 years ago. To know Calamity Ganon's true form, one must know the story from an age-long past. The Demon King was born into this kingdom, but his transformation into malice created the horror you see now. Stories of Ganon were passed from generation to generation in the form of legends and fairy tales. But there was also a prophecy. The signs of a resurrection of Calamity Ganon are clear, and the power to oppose it lies dormant beneath the ground. We decided to heed the prophecy and began excavating large areas of land. It wasn't long before we discovered several ancient relics made by the hands of our distant ancestors. These relics, the divine beasts, were giant machines piloted by warriors. We also found the Guardians, an army of mechanical soldiers who fought autonomously. This coincided with ancient legends, oft repeated throughout our land. We also learned of a princess with a sacred power, and her appointed knight, chosen by the sword that seals the darkness. It was they who sealed Ganon away, using the power of these ancient relics. 100 years ago, there was a princess set to inherit a sacred power, and a skilled knight at her side. It was clear that we must follow our ancestors' path. We selected 4 skilled individuals from across Hyrule and tasked them with the duty of piloting the divine beasts. With the princess as their commander, we dubbed these pilots champions, a name that would solidify their unique bond. The princess, her appointed knight, and the rest of the champions were on the brink of sealing away Ganon. But nay. Ganon was cunning, and he responded with a plan beyond our imagining. From deep below Hyrule Castle, seized control of the Guardians and the divine beasts, turned them against us. The champions lost their lives, those residing in the castle as well. The appointed knight bravely collapsed while defending the princess. Thus, the kingdom of Hyrule was devastated absolutely by Calamity Ganon. However, the princess survived to face Ganon alone.
Link, you are our final hope. The fate of Hyrule rests with you.
That princess was my own daughter, my dear Zelda. And the courageous knight who protected her right up to the very end. That knight was none other than you, Link. You fought valiantly when your fate took an unfortunate turn. And then, you were taken to the Shrine of Resurrection. Here you now stand, revitalized 100 years later. The words of guidance you have been hearing since your awakening are from Princess Zelda herself. Even now, as she works to restrain Ganon from within Hyrule Castle, she calls out for your help. However, my daughter's power will soon be exhausted. Once that happens, Ganon will freely regenerate himself, and nothing will stop him from consuming our land. Considering that I could not save my own kingdom, I have no right to ask this of you, Link. But I am powerless here. You must save her, my daughter, and do whatever it takes to annihilate Ganon. Somehow, Ganon has maintained control over all 4 divine beasts, as well as those guardians swarming around Hyrule Castle. I believe it would be quite reckless for you to head directly to the castle at this point. I suggest that you make your way east out to one of the villages in the wilderness. Follow the road out to Kakariko Village. There you will find the Elder Impa. She will tell you more about the path that lies ahead. Consult the map on your Sheikah slate for the precise location of Kakariko Village. Make your way past the twin summits of the dueling peaks. From there, follow the road as it proceeds north.
I'm sorry, it's my dog. My sister just got home, so he's just being funny. But anyway, go on. Here's the firefighter, just as I promised. And there you go. We get the firefighter, and with that, we complete the isolated plateau. With that, you should be able to safely fly off the cliffs surrounding this area. And I think that's it. I'll teach you everything I can. Link, you must save Hyrule. Sorry, I just couldn't help it. Sorry, I just couldn't help it with my dog. Just being whatever. And with that, you can finally glide anywhere without having to worry about taking fall damage or whatever. But anyway, with all that, I'm actually going to end it here. I know this episode is pretty long, being over an hour, but anyway, next time on The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, we're going to be getting off this great plateau and seek out Impa, so see you guys then.